Good morning, EMRI researchers. I am Dr. Juscoro Ayag Jr., the Dean of Planning, Research, and Quality Assurance, and on concurrent capacity as Acting Vice President for Administration of BIT International College, Tagbilaran, and my co-presenter.
Good morning, IEMRI researchers. I am Mrs. Charito Cadilinia, the Faculty of College of Healthcare Professions, and at the same time, Research Coordinator of BIT-IC System.
Today, we would like to give you the result of our research entitled Impression Assessment on the Winnability Factors on Local Electoral Candidates of LGU Valencia, Bohol for election 2022. For our background, election makes a fundamental contribution to democratic governance. In a democracy, the government is elected by the people who vote in an election. Electoral processes offer political parties and civic groups as opportunity to mobilize and organize platforms that encourage public dialogue. Election poll is a process of deploying surveys to analyze engagement of people, understand what people think of the electoral candidates and to whom people favor on voting day. Opinion polls are designed to represent the opinions of a population by conducting a series of questions and extrapolating generalities in ratio or within confidence intervals. The poll to be conducted will be used in designing election campaign by understanding people's opinions through a survey. The public opinion can be measured by obtaining survey samplings to suggest estimation or a forecast. The collective judgment can be an important source of information. For our framework, public opinion is a collection of specific topics relevant to the community. It is the people's views on matters affecting them. It is taking random deliberative opinion samples from citizens and engages them on current issue, policy changes to create a more informed and reflective public opinion. Public participation contributes to better decisions in the form of additional facts, values, and perspective through public inputs to bear a decision process. Having an opinion pool can be used as a formative assessment strategy that enhances or amplifies discussion, participation, understanding of the concerns, attitudes, and values of the general public. It helps to identify the most prominent problems that people feel. It also helps to find out which issues are more important to serve as an to solve an in our organization, political party, or civic group. The study seeks to sum up opinion matters envisaged to control an environment, how this would add value in designing intervention. The implications are to gain deeper understanding of the people's opinions and why particular actions are perceived. Additionally, this gets to enrich our new knowledge relevant to the proposed plans and goals. For our objectives, to collect from responses that could be converted to analytical measurement and generate meaningful information, both quantitative and qualitative. To identify public opinions or pressing issue of LGU Valencia and understand the flaws of addressing the issue as incorporated in the candidate's campaign strategies. To analyze voters' mindset, driving insights in making better decisions, thus creating a framework on the winnability factors of all electoral candidates, mainly on the local candidates, including provincial and national in 2022 elections. And primarily, this seeks to devise intervention that strongly add value to the campaign and win. For the methodology, quantitative descriptive method was deployed using self-constructed questionnaire, results of which were translated to helpful analytics. Data were supported via interview, hence both quantitative and qualitative approach were used. Stratified random sampling was employed in the selection of participants from the total population. Sample percentage and weighted mean were applied to determine ranking of confidence level. And for the results and discussion, I would like to give to you my co-presenter, Professor Cadelinia.
Once again, good morning. To continue our presentation, so we have here the results and discussion. There are more females who participated in the survey, which constituted 50.51%, followed by males that accounted for 47.70% and LGBTQA for 1.79%. In terms of income, those receiving less than 500 pesos below comprise 66.75%, followed by 5,000 up to 10,000 at 25.26%, 10,000 up to 20,000 at 6.19%, and 1.80 receiving 20,000 up. On educational attainment, those who obtained a high school diploma accounted for 52.74%, followed by college level at 26.12%, elementary with 19.90%, and with primary level at 1.24%. Presence of television set. 55.59% said they have television set, while 44.41% said without. When asked if they can vote, 99.23% said yes, they can vote, while only less than 1% as cannot. As to preference whom to manage the town, 55.96% mentioned they would like a younger person than a bit old adult with 44.04%. Between a neophyte and a veteran, majority like to have the latter than the former and believe that a male could manage well than female and LGBTQA with 67.69%. Those with extensive years of professional or service experience is favored at 55.61%, then with high educational attainment at 44.39%. On priority programs, livelihood came on top, followed by education, then health and infrastructure, while social issues and tourism came at the least. On issues to be addressed first, whoever sits for the town, livelihood came first. Second, education, health and social issues came third, and infra and tourism for fourth and fifth respectively. They believe that they could help a campaign by telling the truth or being honest at 70.53%. Recruiting others at 11.14%, 7.51% by attending rallies, and 0.26% but by maligning others. For the choice of mayor, Baliti was preferred over Garcia with a slight margin. And for vice mayor, Kumita prevailed over Baliti's lineup, Taho and Buslon. For gubernatorial contest, Yap was ahead with 56.35% against 43.65% for Aumentado, while for vice governor, the trend was in favor of Balite at 58.66% and Relampagos at 41.34%. People love the following tandem as manifested in their preference. BBM Sara with a landslide of 66.40%, and the opposite for Lacson Soto at 3.17%. For our judgment and conclusions. First, there were more women than men who participated in the survey, with a vast majority from 31 to 45 age factor. Second, on social economic dimension, 66.76% are receiving less than 500 pesos a month. Most respondents are high school level at 52.74%, with only 1.72% primary level. Of the participants, 55.59 are having television sets, with 44.41% as none. 99.23% said they can vote against less than 1% who cannot vote. The respondents manifested with 55.96% that they prefer younger administrators than a bit older ones at 44.04%. Valencia constituents would prefer a veteran in politics at 56.68% than a neophyte or a new player at 43.32%. They believe that a male politician could manage well the town compared to a female and member of the LGBTQA family. Further, they would prefer a candidate with extensive years of service at 55.61% over those with high educational attainment at 44.39%. Livelihood, education, and health are among the top priorities as to preferred programs of the political parties. Livelihood, education, health, and social issues are preferred programs to be addressed first for a winning candidate, with infrastructure and tourism as less preferred. Speaking the truth and honesty among candidates would then them advantage recruitment, and attendance at rallies would help in the campaign. For our recommendations, first, classify the strengths and weak points of the political parties as re-elected in every barangay candidate's preferences. Second, intensify and focus campaign efforts on preferred social issues, concerns, and programs. Third recommendation, define interventions to be applied for both strong and weak areas of the candidates. Next, put a push on interactive marketing techniques of a campaign, influencing prospective voters. The respondents for selection of local, provincial, and national officials, Balete came at a bit ahead of Garcia for town mayor and Kumita as vice mayor, while for governor, Yap over Aumentado and Balete over Relampagos for vice governor. For president and vice president tandem, it was BBM Sara who prevailed with large margin compared to the other hopefuls. These are our references.
For the impact of the study, it serves as a measurement tool that tells a population thinks and feels about a given issue or concern. This can be useful in understanding one another to speak or voice out their ideas. Through information provided by the participants, opinion polls can influence the behavior of the voters. Results can be taken as a reinforcement of individuals' belief toward a candidate, thus influencing a change in perspective of admiration. Encourages to listen and appreciate diversity, thus instilling precedents for future generation of doing what is good and beautiful for the locality. And offers a good advantage of seeing solution to conflicting notions discoveries, and falsities, thus strengthening its position or winnability in the contest. And for the insights from the journey, I would like to instill that when opinions are effectively communicated, it would create a mechanism to change a perspective towards an individual's value and persona, and that is social influence. A well-designed survey can get constituents actively involved in discussion. This also assists in rectifying distorted or false information as maligned by opponents. The results of the survey could be used for creating a good propaganda to persuade an audience based on emotional and rational implication. An opinion is all about being able to affect others' actions, decisions, or thinking in influencing to buy the idea. And it is important that people must express their opinions and feelings to vent out and learn to respect others' rights. And for our closing statement, the voting behavior of a Filipino voter towards a candidate are those from whom they will benefit best. What determines the vote of a Filipino electorate are based on image, political machinery, popularity, and credentials. There is a saying that goes, always do your best to make the right one and also learn from the wrong ones. And make your good choices today and you'll never regret tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening.